Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of 4. Kaiserreich has United Baltic Duchy. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, we have dealt with our political situations. We're still dealing with the Forest Brothers, but they are, I would say, under control. We're going to do more bounty hunting in Estonia, because Estonia is a little bit more stubborn than the South. Because these guys are taking down. You guys are taking up north. You're a naval dock here, so you don't have to worry about that too much. You're 35... Your target's 43. Your target's... What's the difference here? Compliance 19. Compliance -3. Okay, so what are these guys' compliances then? Because I guess we are continuously bounty hunting over there, which is probably not helping them out very much. Occupied territory. Compliance here is, yeah, 39 compared to 7. Is a pretty big difference. So if we just kill everybody in Estonia and make everybody in Latvia happy, then... that will still accomplish what we needed to do. Because it's just... Okay, Norway did join the International. Because it's just the average. It's the average of all the territories. So if the South is happy and the North is very, very mad, that doesn't matter. Political power plus 100 would be nice. But we'll go for the extremely good factory minus 5%. Because that's going to make us a little bit closer to dealing with Black Monday. Because I think the Black Monday focuses are... way at the bottom there. Yeah, you're way... No, you're Black Monday. But we can't deal with that until we kill the Forest Brother. So, either way, we have a lot of stuff we got to deal with. We're at 12 for now. Stability minus 5%. We're at 29 right now. We're getting close. Estonian intellectuals, you know what? We'll make some concessions to you because I know your compliance is pretty bad. The Democratic last victory in Brazil. That should still lead to Brazil actually joining with the Reichspakt. I think it's still possible for them to do so. Okay, so you guys have gone for the Socialist Coalition. The question is, for the forced abdication, will there be... because I know no matter what, there's a military coup. But will they get countered coup again by the Socialists? I don't know. So we could see a pretty big International North. But if Finland joins the Reichspakt, you guys join the International and Russia invades, Finland stands no chance. Which drastically reduces our chances of survival. Because Russia will then just try to smash their way through our country. Which, I have on good authority, is not what we want. We will go for recovery rate on you. And can I get... Guerrilla Fighter, Entrenchment Speed? You know what? I will go for that. Because we probably do want to be a little bit more defensive as a Baltic Duchy. And speaking of that, I'm going to build military defenses across the entirety of the Russian border. At least level 1, because that's what, a 15% reduction? You know what? No, we're going to go... let's say level 3s across the entire border. That way, that's going to be a -45. And Russia will really not want to push into our territory. Which would help us out, for sure. Do not... the game needs to be unpaused for it to move. You'll be done in but mere moments. We're at 28%. Make more concession to the Estonians. Because you're still rising, but the resistance target is a little bit less high. I mean, nobody is below... Nobody is below 25% yet. But I think our average is, what, 27? 28%? Okay, not bad, not bad. The Italian government has collapsed, so the Italian Federation is now over in charge. Okay. We're almost ready for the new year. 4 episodes to get through 1 year is actually like such a long time for Kaiserreich. Baltic Duchy's actually had a lot of stuff to do really early game, which I do appreciate. And I hope that maybe like one day, political power gain, because we're good factories, goes down even more. Or alliance with the communes. Cap goes up. No matter what, we're getting a -5. I think I'd rather do an alliance with the communes, because that's definitely going to be better than political power gain plus 8%. I don't think it's that good. And we're also losing 5% stability, which seems even worse. So we'll just do an alliance with the rural communes for now. You reduce it by 5%? Yes, reduce by 5%, increase compliance by 10. You're going to drop down again, which would be good for us. You're going to go 30 and then 27. We're at 27. And I think at this point we do a bounty hunting mission in the north, which will get you down to 20 and 17. I mean, how fast do you tick up? You're 28. Either way, I think actually if we do the bounty hunting in Estonia, that should get us to where we need to be. And then we can deal with the force brother situation forever and not have to worry about it. Thank you for the artillery. After that, we are going to go for... It's 1937, so we could go for these techs now. Basically no risk. Yeah, so you're going to go 23 and 20. And will you... I mean, because you're rising actually pretty fast. Which is not great. You're way too ahead of time. Let's go for a land doctrine. Let's go for spear of firepower. But you guys are slowly dropping down. But once you're done, you're both going to be below 25 anyways. So the uprising has been defeated. The Forest Brothers' threat in the Baltic region has been completely quenched. Having lost their last holdouts, their forces scattered, some of their main leaders killed in the crossfire. The partisans have either moved on to low-scale underground resistance or stood down entirely, which either way makes the movement no longer threatening to our stability. Latvian and Estonian exiles who crossed the Russian border have joined resistance, now desperately flee right back, claiming that they will continue to cling onto their foolish cause no matter what, but their voice no matter matters. The duchy is safe. Fantastic. Stability plus 50%, army, political power. I will take it. We get our manpower back. We have rifles. Now it's time for us to train up a handful of troops. And we don't have enough artillery, but we do have enough guns. That's going to take a while, right? 1,000 days to get the artillery pieces for all those guys. Which I think is too expensive. You're only size 14, too. So we're going to duplicate this. Your template 1. We're going to train 2 of you. And do something like that. And just 1 of each. We'll train 4 units. That's going to be enough for at least the entire front line to be covered. We're missing more rifles. But we build rifles way faster than we build artillery pieces. So I still think this is worthwhile. Standoff in America. So how is the Civil War looking? A 4-way, because MacArthur did take control of the United States. Fair enough. Honestly, we're going to throw you basically straight down to the bottom. Because once the colonies are dealt with, we will then, on the population, work on our good faction goes down, but we're going to go and empower Stackelberg. Gives us more stability as well, which is nice. And then try to deal with Black Monday, which we should hopefully get done by the end of the month, if not by the end of summer. We're going to declare war in Finland. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen them declare war. But Sweden, being a paternal autocrat, does mean the descendant list did not take power there. Which is fantastic for us. February 24th. February 24th, 1918, the Maspad, the Legislative Assembly of the Autonomous Government of Estonia, declared the independence of the Republic of Estonia. This declaration was made in the heat of the moment during Operation Volkschlag, and thus became null by the advancing German armies. The Estonian provisional government chose resist instead of surrender. Did I read this already? Yeah, no, we've read this. We read that last year. Adolf Friedrich goes on a journey. Our Duke, Adolf Friedrich, has prepared to embark on a new journey across the world. Maybe... Is he going to get shot? Do you think he's going to get shot? I think he's going to get shot. Has prepared to embark on a new journey across the world. Becoming the ruler of the United Baltic Duchy has not abided him from his passion of exploring the planet. Germany's dominance in the world has made his passion only much more easier to pursue. After all, where he shall head next, a private matter, which is not to be shared with the Friedrich von Samson Heichleg, Himmelssterne, nor the rest of the government. But there are a few places in the world he has yet to visit. Middle Africa is a likely prospect, but he's best interested in visiting all the nations in South America, the chaotic political landscape that is China, or even the distant Pacific Islands. If he was not 60 years old, perhaps he could try to reach the South Pole as well. While her father is absent, the day-to-day duties of the Duke will be fulfilled by Princess Władysław Fyodora, while United Baltic Duchy is a constitutional monarchy, the monarch's duties are not critical. The government can continue running, but an inexperience of the princess means that the governance will be slower for the time being. Okay, he's going to get some political power loss. Not a big deal. Adolf Friedrich, I gotta just a guess and say that you're going to get absolutely murdered at some point. Or you're just never going to come back. It's one of the two. You're either going to get murdered, or you're just going to kind of disappear. Okay, so you guys have gone for Sanikov. I feel like Russia has been going national populist significantly more often than they used to. I feel like before, like, a recent update, like, they just never went this pathway. Now they go for it almost every single campaign, I would say. Because they went through it last campaign at South Africa. They went through it in a... Maybe when we played as Serbia as well, they got national populist. I don't really quite remember. But, you know, they've been doing it significantly more than they used to. So I'm not too sure if they maybe have changed the balance for how the AI decides that stuff or not. We'll also go for limited conscription to get some more manpower. Like, our manpower situation is always going to be bad. Because I don't believe we can get rid of this penalty ever. Especially since I decided to focus on organization. These conferences is over. Yeah, that's fine. You know, are you, yeah, you actually would just let me build walls for free. Organization, you actually have a lot of nice benefits in you. But I don't think any of you actually give me a research slot. Oh, that'd be nice. Look, Eastern Vanguard is a Germanic order. What are all these? There's so many actually interesting things in this military tree. Which is unusual. I always find like the military trees in any Hearts of Iron 4 mod are kind of like lacking. They're kind of just like boring. 464 days is way too long. So let's go for construction 2. Mostly because a lot of them are just, hey, here's a research bonus to, you know, like this. It's a research bonus towards motorized. But it does give you motorized for free, which is nice. You actually give us a template with 6 light armor for battalion. You actually, yeah, you just give us a that's nice. Thanks for just giving me a tank. Ability plus 10% construction speed. 1 more civilian factory as well as stability and political power. I mean, we've got to go for the anti-monopoly laws. I'm even thinking, like, do I really want to continue going down this tree? Research slot, we'll go for the research slot, of course. But I'm almost like, once we get down to getting rid of Black Monday, I almost think we just want to go down our military tree. Republic declared in Serbia. Does not make a big difference for us. I mean, I guess it does it. Because Serbia might join up with the Russians, which could be a threat because they can invade their way through the Austrian Empire. Because the Austrians probably going to end up joining and aiding the Reichspakt in the Second Weltkrieg. So you have not made your faction quite yet, but you'll do it, I think, as soon as this one's done. And the French loyalists have restored the monarchy. You know, there's still a republic. Don't know how that one necessarily works. And you guys are, yep, most of your equipment. You're actually just missing a handful of artillery, which is not so bad. You'll finish this in about less than a year. So just as long as you're ready before the Second Weltkrieg, everything is fine. You know, like you don't have to worry about it. New York City has fallen. How is the war looking here, actually? The Canadians did not intervene in Maine. The CSA is actually losing a lot of territory here. We could actually maybe see MacArthur win a campaign. But if MacArthur can kill the CSA, I think he has a pretty good chance of actually winning the war in its entirety. Which could be interesting, because I don't think I've actually ever seen MacArthur win the war. But he's doing much better than they typically do. So congratulations to MacArthur there. And he could join the Reichspakt, you know? And joining the Reichspakt would be nice. Are you sending volunteers? Sending volunteers, of course, to the American Union state. Who's sending volunteers to MacArthur? Austria and the Russians. Okay. And I'm assuming you're getting volunteers from the Internationale. You're getting volunteers from... Is the Entente not sending volunteers? No. They did take over Alaska. Romania joined the Belgrade Pact, so it looks like war in the Balkans is very, very close to happening. Because the CSA is pushing their way all the way up towards the north, and I'm assuming MacArthur really doesn't have any troops here. But it leaves their southern front completely exposed. Like, they're going to lose... they're going to lose Chicago. I'd be surprised if they didn't at this point. We'll go for progressive taxing of corporations. Black Monday, just slowly getting that less and less bad. Because the cap's still horrible. Factory output is still completely garbage. We want to make sure those are, not garbage. You enable the next level tank. Do you give us the tank upgrades? No. Okay. So I am going to research the 1936 tank. Because maybe, just maybe, that will affect what type of tanks this gives us. Because it gives you 6 light armor, which I'm assuming gives you the most advanced that you have researched. I don't know if that's true, but it seems likely. So if we can go for, you know, the 1936 tank, then do this one, we'll probably have a better unit in the end. We don't want you, and I don't want you. France is already just starting a war? Oh, because you're, okay, that's against Switzerland. So I could theoretically start a war with us. It really depends. And Austria being at war with Hungary isn't great. We'll see if actually the Brotherhood of Slavs forms up again like it did last campaign as well. And Serbia declared war on Bulgaria. Oh, you've returned back. Fantastic. Our Duke, Adolf Friedrich, has returned from his journey across the world with a diary full of insight on the culture and daily life of distant African and American peoples. During this 3 months, he has crossed hundreds of miles and has gone into a couple of accidents on the edge of life or death, but in the end, he states that there's a thrill in quenching the thirst of curiosity was worth it. The Duke has already begun deploying his next journey and states that he will follow through with it, as long as no war gets in the way. Maybe a little bit of a foreshadowing there. So many little pop-ups are happening right now. 1937 Dutch elections. Gaudon Clique has capitulated, so let's see what's actually happening right now in China. The military government's doing pretty well for themselves, and Qing is here, backed by the Qing. But nothing too crazy quite yet. Gaudon Clique, are you you're also in the Xing or the Qing sphere. Shaanxi is not in anything. Federal government still is getting the backing of the Japanese. We'll see if maybe they change their minds there, but kind of doubt it. Free dockyards. Yeah, crisis has been resolved. We're going to go for, say, 2 convoys right now. Slowly build that up. And I'm assuming you guys handle this peacefully. Because France didn't take Normandy, because taking Normandy triggers for the National Populist Tree. And Germany and Austria, if they would have to intervene for any of the other pop-ups to show up. So they probably did it completely peacefully. Which is good and bad. You guys are going to bring back the king. Norway is declaring martial law. I don't know why you guys have gone to war. I mean, if Sweden takes over Finland and they join the Reichspakt, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I mean, they're still wasting their manpower on this, which is not great. But it could be a lot worse. And after that, consumer good factory minus 10% is good. As well as the 15% factory output is also really nice. Got a 5% discount on this. We'll see if there's anything better. Theater 1939 tech. We could go for better aircraft, but I really don't have the factories to really effectively use them that well. And I don't have any actual... I make a little bit of steel. So we'll actually go for 1 level at least of excavation 1. Because I think it'll give us like 1 or 2 steel units, which isn't bad, you know. If it makes some other things build up a little bit faster, I will take it. We have enough rifles. We don't have artillery pieces quite yet. And our manpower is still bad. But as long as we have a good army. And usually you just need one of the following. The redoubt question. How much we build a... The redoubt question. I have no idea what a redoubt question is. But we do want to get this done before any kind of war with Russia. For sure. So I'm actually like, as soon as you're done in 28 days, it might not even be worth it. I mean, it'll still be worth it. You know, that's not a question. But going for some military reforms might not be the worst idea. Because Black Monday at that point isn't going to be so bad. Okay, Russian state has declared war on the Lash Ordra. Good for them. I mean, it's bad for us, because Russia's going to get... I mean, I guess if Russia wastes their manpower here, that's still nice. But I mean, Lash Orda probably cannot actually withstand the might of the Russian Empire. And the Don Kuban Union, it really depends on like what you guys do. Of course, we want Don Kuban to join the Reichspakt. We don't want Jews to get swallowed up by Russia. For reasons that I don't think I need to make clear. I mean, if Finland wins the war as well, I guess if Finland wins, it's still kind of okay with us. Like, either way, we kind of come out on top. And you all deploy in the Blue Army as soon as you deploy. Thank you very much. Fall of Bucharest. So... Wait, Bucharest. For Romania. So Romania is actually doing not so great. I'm still imagining that Bulgaria is going to lose the war. I mean, if Romania were to capitulate, that does shift things a little bit. I mean, if Bulgaria wins, joins the Reichspakt, you know, works out for us. Either way, come out on top. Okay, so it can be done in tomorrow. Thank you. So let me just say, like, what are the penalties right now for Black Monday? Because I don't think they're going to be that bad for us. I mean, they're not good. But compared to where they were before, we're going to get the Oswald program because we want to get that done ASAP. And are we at least building our walls now? Yes, we are. Slowly but surely. So we want, if we do the Oswald program, we want to do that after we build up our actual fortifications. Because if we do it the other way, it'll be more expensive. This is the cheapest way for us to get it done. We can modify our government. Probably want somebody for defense. Attack. Supply consumption, defense plus 10% is pretty good, especially if we're going to be defending the Baltic Duchy as much as we possibly can. But for right now, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Anthony. If you've enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. Not really, thumb down. If you want to subscribe, and goodbye.